What's up, everybody? Let's take a look at what happened in the S&P 500 today. Man, what an awesome day. Yes, it was a very good day. Let's take a quick look at what happened there. Look at this. Oh, I said yesterday, if you didn't watch my video from yesterday, I'll put it in the description, the link in the description below. You go watch it. I said history shows that we're going to have a price decline. Now, I know this is just one day. Upper left-hand corner, September 7th. This is just after the futures market closed at 4:01. This is E-mini S&P 500 index futures for September 21. I trade the December contracts, but we always look at the most current one to get the data. Upper right-hand corner of the screen, you see a yellow rectangle there. Look at those four candlesticks. Five, sorry. You basically had three spinning tops out of 5 days. You got one little tiny green day, and look at today. Sure enough, big down day, big enough. Below that, you got the stochastic momentum index beginning to roll over. Nice. We're seeing a separation between the red and the green and red and the blue line, right? Very nice. Big Daddy forecast. And remember, I said, for those of you that have been watching my channel for a while, I said back on August 30th that, hang on a second, looking at the wrong chart. Got to get over there real quick. I think it was August 30th. Yes. August 30th, we returned a big number from the Big Daddy forecast, 459. That's in that circle there on the Big Daddy forecast. And I said at that time, oh, that's a big number. We're going to get a price decline. I said within 7 days. Well, lo and behold, within 7 trading days, right? Some of you may remember that. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days since I said that. 5 trading days. And we're beginning to see a price decline. Which, by the way, stick around into the video. I'll show you my profit loss for today. Y'all can guess what that is, right? Because on this YouTube channel, we're about making money and keeping it real. Right? I show my profits, I show my losses. Okay? I have far more profits than losses usually, but, you know, I do some losses sometimes. So stick around for that in the video. I'll show you what my profits or losses were for the day. Okay, below the stochastic momentum index, we got the Big Daddy forecast. And you can see it continues to point down. Below that, you got the VIX. Yesterday, the VIX was 1641. Look at the VIX today, guys. Guys and gals, 18.14. Oh, yeah, that's a spike in volatility. That is classic indicator that we're going to get a price decline. And in fact, we did today, of course. And we will continue to do so, I believe. Now, there's, you know, the third week of September is a big, again, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, you need to go back and watch it. So when you get done watching this, look at the description, click the link, go back, watch it, yesterday's video, because I talked about how we get into the third week of September. There's a lot going on. So now I want to show you, and I've talked about this before, but I really want to bring this divergence out to everybody. Look at this divergence, guys and gals. Look at this thing. I just put the S&P 500 at the top and the Dow Jones Transportation at the bottom. Now, if you stay with me on the top here, see the pricing, all the candlesticks, all the way on the left, May 10th. That green line from May 10th all the way to today. And the line just going up, right? Whatever, 30, 40 degree angle, whatever it is. 25, 35, 40 degree angle, whatever we got there. There's been some ups and downs all along the way between May 10th and now, right? Everybody can see the market's been moving up. The S&P 500 specifically has been moving up. We've had some pullbacks, maybe even back there in May 10th might be considered a small little correction. Okay, decent sized correction back there, May 10th. And we've had some pullbacks all along the way. But overall, price has been moving up. Now look at the Dow Jones Transportation below it. Red line from May 10th, same date. Look at it, trading down. The divergence continues. The Dow theory, divergence continues. Yes, it's still in play. Some people say, oh, the Dow's recovered now. It isn't. What are you talking about? That Dow Jones still trading well below May 10th. That divergence is definitely not over. That thing's still, this basic geometry, folks, largest divergence in history, guys and gals. As far back as I could look. Largest divergence in history between the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Transportation. We're talking about basic geometry here. Throw out the pricing, throw out everything else. Just look at the green line going up on the top of the chart. The top of this screenshot. Look at the red line going down. Basic geometry, right? We got an angle. Back in middle school, for some high school when you took your geometry, everybody knows about an angle, right? That's what we have, an angle. An angle between these two lines. Between the green line and the red line. Basic geometry, an angle. And then angle, well, the distance of this angle, right? The distance between the two lines is increasing, no? So we got divergence that continues to enlarge. Divergence continues. Largest divergence in history, as far as I could tell. And all me looking back, biggest one ever. Makes sense. Elevated prices. So if you don't know about the Dow theory and the divergence, the Dow theory divergence, go look it up. Read it. What happens? I know what happens. I looked at it. I didn't just read about it. I looked at the data and looked at the charts. I know what happens with these big Dow theory divergences. Okay, it always happens. I don't need to tell you what's going to happen, right? Y'all can guess that part, right? If you don't know what it's going to happen, read it. Go look it up. Let you do your own little research there. Okay, let's take a look at the 6E real quick, and then I'll talk about my profit loss for today. This is the Euro FX futures, also known as Euro dollar currency futures. I have a position on this. I can't remember, maybe 7 or 8 contracts. Okay. Let me look. I'm currently running at a loss. Let me look at those real quick. Remember, I said on this channel, I just tell it straight. I don't lie. I don't go around telling people, oh, everything is great. I'm always making money. I never lose money. That's BS. These guys and people on the YouTube that never talk about how they have positions at a loss or run at a loss. Yeah, you know I want to know my running losses on the 6E? I trade the micro. $941. That's right, you heard me say it. I'm running at a unrealized. This means I haven't closed a position. So it's not a loss, on the books, on the account. But if I were to close it today, it'd be a $941.25 loss. Okay? So there you heard it. Yes, there's times I have positions that are running at losses. And sometimes I have to cut them loose. It happens. This one is turning good, going in my favor because I have a short position. 8 contracts. Okay? My average price is 1.177. Okay? $941 on an unrealized loss. It's turning good. Made some of it back today. We'll see how it goes. When I close that position, I will let everybody know, as I always do. Okay, back to the 6E. This thing's looking sweet, guys. For those of you that trade futures, as always, I don't give financial advice, so I can tell you what to do and how to trade. This educational video only, but what I am going to tell you is, if I didn't already have a position, today I would have taken a position. I mean, just look at that candlestick on the far right. It's screaming, trade me. In fact, the whole uptrend was screaming, trade me. I should have traded that doggone thing. But I got in too early on the short side. Why? Because it happens. Because if we come down to the Big Daddy forecast on the 6E, look at that spike back there on, I don't know, I guess 9.3. Look at that spike. Big old spike in the Big Daddy forecast. I just needed to be patient. So I knew I didn't have confirmation. I kind of took a medium-sized position. I should have waited. I admit it. But I didn't. So now I got to wait for this thing to turn and burn some more for me to get into the profit. But this thing is so tradable right now. Look at this thing. It's just saying, please trade me. At the very bottom, you can see that the EVZ, which is the volatility, so it's like the VIX, but it's for the euro dollar futures instead of the S&P 500. So this is the volatility, EVZ volatility for this symbol, right? Look, it spiked. It was 5.07. Today it spiked up to 527. Okay, so really nice. Everything's looking pretty good here for short side trade. For you guys and gals out there that are thinking about a trade, hey, you might want to consider this one. I trade the M6E, and I trade the December contracts. Okay, I don't trade the most recent contract. I trade December. So if you want to know what I trade specifically, I trade the M6E, but it has a Z in there. Let me look real quick what it is. Let me look. Give you guys a lowdown. Yeah, this exact symbol is / M6E, letter Z as in zebra, 21. M6E, Z21. That's what I'm trading. Okay? Those are the E micro contracts, but for December. Okay, I like the 6E. Looks really good. Okay, let's take a look at what was my profit loss today. Did I make money? Did I lose money? Well, there it is. This was at 9:13, upper left-hand corner, September 7th, 9:13 in the morning. The E micro S&P 500 contracts for December 2021. You can see in the middle screen, kind of the upper middle, I have a trailing stop for 10 contracts. Okay, so this is why I took a screenshot. The position was open. Okay, I had the position on my account sitting there. To the far right, you can see 3 yellow rectangles. You can see that I was already up $827 for a profit on the day. Big, fairly big day. Nice day. Oh, love these kind of days. Nice, profitable day. On this particular position, which is the 10 contracts I got sitting open at the time that took the screenshot, I was up $237.50. So a total of 17 contracts at this point. 7 were already open and closed. 10 were still open at this point. So really nice day. Okay, I don't really need to go through the Big Daddy and the soy casting fix because I already did that on the regular September. We already looked at that. It's very, very similar. Going to be a little bit different because the contracts are in different ones. So slight difference, but not that much of a difference. Pretty much the same stuff. Okay. Now at the very bottom you see the volume oscillator. I don't really use it for the daily. It's more for the weekly. I probably should have taken it off of there, but I use that volume oscillator for the weekly. Really, really nice. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, I actually talked about how the volume oscillator, I believe it was yesterday's video, and I'll put it, like I said, I'll put a link in the description. Watch it because I talk about how you can use a volume oscillator to predict on the weekly chart now what the S&P 500 is going to do. Sometimes. Okay? So go watch that because it talks about what I believe is coming up in the volume oscillator. Actually is predicting what's going to happen, whereas the Big Daddy didn't really predict it on the weekly, guys. See, so the Big Daddy isn't an end-all, be-all indicator. Yes, I use it, but it doesn't always catch everything. But the volume oscillator on the weekly chart caught something the Big Daddy didn't. That's right. So a lot of you guys and gals out there want to know about how to use predictability. Well, there you go. You got another one. Another tool that you put in your toolbox. Volume oscillator on the weekly chart for the S&P 500 that can be sometimes very powerful. Okay, so make sure you watch that video. So there you go, guys and gals. Big day. I made nice profit today. I'm a happy camper. I think, I'm just going to speculate, right? I'm not one of these people who's going to say, I know exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. No, I'm not going to do that because this is a long way off till third week of September. Okay, still got a ways to go. But right now, everything is looking like down is king. Okay, pricing looks like it's going to go down. We'll keep an eye on this, right? We're just going to keep an eye on it and keep trading with the market. Like I said before, guys and gals, I trade the markets in front of me. I admit that, sometimes I get in a little early. And we all fight that. I mean, okay, maybe not all. I know a lot of us fight that, right? I know we get in, oh my gosh, I got in. Why did I get in early? Yeah. So I already made a note to myself. Confirmation. Okay, once the Big Daddy shows something or a volume oscillator shows something or the VIX shows something that's predicting what's going to happen, that's great. Wait for confirmation. And as always, guys and gals, when you first take those positions, keep it really small. Okay, keep it small. Believe it or not, that's what I did in the position we're looking at to the right here. I started that out as a one contract. As the market began to pull down, I added to it. It went from 1 to whatever, got up to 7. I closed it, and then I knew it was kind of like game on. I just jumped right in on the next one with 10 contracts. I didn't have to take small then. Okay. Very nice day. Okay, guys and gals, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I really appreciate if you give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and click that little bell. You get notified of all the videos that I put them out. We'll talk to y'all real soon again next time.